The Sealed Book of Mormon, chapter 70. And now I, Moroni, continue with an explanation of the prophecy of John. Behold, in this great revelation of the prophet, the Lord revealeth many things that concern that which hath occurred, and that which is now occurring, and that which shall occur in the latter days. And the revelation of these things are given figuratively in the prophecy of John, saying, And I saw in the right hand of him who sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. Now John speaketh of the Father as he who holdeth the book in his right hand. And I have already explained unto you that our works are symbolic of that which we do with our right hand. Therefore the Father holdeth the book in his right hand, which containeth all of his works concerning us. And John mentioned that he seeth writing on the backside, because the book is full, written within and on the back, because no page remaineth whereon can any more be written. And this book containeth the knowledge of the Father, which he knoweth shall come to pass in mortality, as soon as he placeth his children in their second estate. Behold, everything that is written within the book and on its backside was revealed to all of us as spirits in the kingdom of our Father. For behold, the Father did not hold anything back from us in the beginning, and taught us all the things that he knew would come to pass concerning us as we go through the days of our probation in mortality. And this he knoweth from his own experience. And now John giveth a relation of 4 beasts which are likened unto animals, which are figurative expressions used by John in describing all the creatures that live by their own instinct, not having the free agency that God hath given unto his children. Thus are these beasts bound together in the vision of Ezekiel, which was written, saying, Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upwards, signifying their obedience and honour of the God who created them. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies, signifying the dependence of one order of nature upon one of the other orders of nature, to be able to fulfill the measure of their creation and find joy therein. And they went every one straight forward, whither the Spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went, thus signifying their instincts, which are programmed into them and commanded by the God who created them. And these hath God created to come down into mortality, and do what he commanded them to do for our sakes. And these 4 beasts represented certain natural orders of the creatures that God hath placed upon this earth, of which our flesh is also a part. And there is one that represented those beasts, even the calf or the ox, that eateth the plants that were first placed upon the earth to provide the necessary elements which would be needed, so that other life might live upon the earth. These received their power and life from the sun, which is the great light that giveth its life-giving power to all of the earth. And another beast represented those beasts, the lion, that were placed on the earth to eat the flesh of another for their sustenance, thus maintaining a proper balance within the order of nature to which all things are subjected. And the eagle represented the nature of the fowls of the air, which exist in the order of their nature, being seemingly unrestricted in certain laws of nature that make their conveyance through the air unlike the means of conveyance of all other creatures. And they are from both the earth and also the air, being dependent on both for their state of happiness. and the final beast had the face of man, which represented those creatures who were like unto men after Lucifer had caused them to be influenced and refined over many years by his own hand, they being first upon the earth before Adam and Eve, and becoming like unto the children of men in all things according to the flesh. And from these creatures came forth the corruptible nature of our bodies, as I have explained it unto you in the beginning of this record. Thus there are 4 orders of creatures which have been established by the Father to do his will and provide for the plan of salvation that he hath established for his children. And each of these creatures in their own order existed for their own enjoyment according to their desires of happiness, which have been given them by God. Yea, the order of those creatures who eat that which groweth of itself, thus the eating of these plants which fulfilleth their desires of happiness, and the order of those creatures that eat the flesh of other creatures, thus maintaining an order in nature, they also fulfill their desires of happiness within their own order, and likewise is the order of nature for the fowls of the air. And finally, the order of the creatures which provided the bodies for the children of men, in which the spirits of the children of God are placed during the days of their probation, they finding happiness in their carnality. And all of these orders work as one according to the commandments that each have received of the Father. And without one, none of the others can exist and fulfill the measure of their creations. Thus were these symbolic beasts before the throne of God in the vision of John, for they are all the creations of God for his own will and pleasure. And now that which is written next by John concerneth that of which I have already explained in this record, concerning the calling of Jehovah in the beginning to be the leader over all the children of God in this part of his kingdom. For behold, he was found worthy of the Father to accomplish his will concerning us in all things, as it is written, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him who sat upon the throne. And at that time we all rejoiced in the election of Jehovah as our representative of the Father, he becoming our God in this part of the kingdom of the Father. And in the book which he received from the Father was written all those things that would come to pass upon the earth, according to the knowledge and experience which the Father had written in the book concerning our second estate, these things being figurative. And there is an exact timetable of the Father that must be followed according to the eternal laws of heaven. And the timetable of any planet which is used for the purpose of the probationary state of the children of God is 7,000 years. And the beginning of these 7,000 years beginneth when the first of us, who are spirits, enter into mortality, or rather, when our incorruption or eternal spirits that exist in the state of their creation forever put on corruption, or the corruptible flesh that is subject to the laws of nature, which include the death of this corruptible flesh. And this time period, even the beginning of the first of the 7,000 years, began when Adam and Eve were cast out of the Garden of Eden and given a body of corruption. And for a period of 7,000 years shall this earth remain in the state at which it had arrived at the first of the 7,000 years, even at the time of the expulsion of Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. And after 7,000 years, this earth shall be made into one of the celestial kingdoms of the Father, it being the third planet from the sun, and having fulfilled the measure of its creation, thus becoming the third kingdom of glory in the celestial realm. And while the earth is going through these 7,000 years, we shall be upon it, passing through the days of our probations. And Christ is he who is responsible to the Father that his will be done on this earth, Therefore, according to the vision of John, only he had the power and authority to open each seal of the book, or in other words, direct the will of the Father as it is given in each dispensation of time. And now, when Christ openeth the first seal of the book, a beast speaketh to John, and commandeth him to come and see. And also when the second seal is opened, and the third, and also when the fourth seal is opened, a beast speaketh and commandeth that John come and see. But when the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh seals are opened, behold, there is no beast that speaketh unto John. Now, the reason for this symbolism is that during the opening of the first four seals, or in other words, during the first 4,000 years of the existence of the children of men, all of the warnings and prophecies concerning them are because of those things which have been caused among the children of men by their own hand, being enticed by the instincts of the flesh, even those things that the children of men cause because of their own works, by using the free agency that they have been given by the Father. Behold, the beasts represent the works of the children of men by their own hands. But those things which shall come to pass in the opening of the fifth, and the sixth, and the seventh seals are those things that shall come to pass by nature, or by the hand of the Lord, men having no power to cause or prohibit these things from occurring unto them. And this power shall the Lord demonstrate, showing unto the children of men that he hath all power to shut up the heavens, or open them up like unto a scroll at his will, to seal up unto life, or to cast down to the regions of darkness, according to his own will, and not according to the works of men. And those things which the children of men have caused among themselves during the first 4,000 years could have been avoided, had they abided by the word of God, which was given unto them during this time and the times. And that which I have revealed unto you concerning the time and times and half of time are those things that concern the spirits of the children of men, even the salvation of the soul. But those things which are revealed unto you in the opening of the seals are those things which affect the physical flesh, yea, those things that can harm the flesh, even unto death. And during the first 1,000 years, the white horse and its rider are sent forth, which is the colour of righteousness, which was set forth by Father Adam and his righteous sons, who taught all of their children the ways of God, which were given unto them from the beginning. And the white horse and its rider meaneth that all were pure and righteous in the beginning, the majority following after the things that they had been taught by the patriarch Adam. And they went forth into the world according to the commandment of the Lord, to have dominion over all the earth, thus signifying the crown that was given unto the children of men, to go forth conquering and to conquer. And then the people of the earth began to divide themselves into families and nations and kindreds of people. And each nation went forth to overrun another, and bring the weakest among them under the subjection to the will of the strongest. And then peace was taken of the earth, because the children of men began to kill one another during their many wars and contentions. And so it was by the hand of the children of men. War began to destroy them and take away their peace and happiness. Thus, during the second 1,000 years were the horse and its rider brought forth, and they were of the colour red, symbolizing the blood that was spilled of the people of the earth. And when the third seal was opened, then begin the children of men to do all manner of wickedness among them, concerning that which they would take from the earth, and place a value upon according to their own judgments of these things, symbolized by the pair of balances in his hand, selling and buying with money those things among them that are a necessity for life. And during this time shall the great trading nations of the earth be established, and they shall begin to accumulate riches and strength, and they shall begin to take advantage of the poor, so that they might be rich. And the commerce and economy of the beast, seen by the holy prophets, were introduced, and the abomination that maketh desolate came forth, even the desires for riches, which make the house of one man full, and the house of another empty. And it was during this time that the abomination of desolation spoken of by the mouth of the prophet Daniel was set up for the first time among the children of men. And the reason why this great abomination maketh desolation is because the economy of men beginneth to make them completely desolate of the Spirit of God. For their hearts become so set upon the things of the world and the honours of men, that their spirits are left desolate as to things pertaining to righteousness. And by their wickedness a few men are rich, but by the course of their riches the majority of men are left desolate of the Spirit. And this inequality is a great abomination before God, and hath been, and is, and shall be the abomination that brings the most misery and unhappiness among the children of men. For this reason the horse and its rider are black, and are brought forth during the time of the third seal, signifying the great wickedness of the children of men, because of their commerce set up among them. For they sell that which would feed a man, wheat and barley, for money, and keep that which is valuable safe, the oil and the wine, for themselves. And when the fourth seal is opened, a pale horse and its rider are brought forth, signifying the death of the flesh. And John herein speaks definitely of the great Roman Empire, which is also the first beast, of which he maketh mention later in his vision. For the Roman Empire had power over the fourth part of the earth, and caused many to die by the sword, and from hunger, and with the beasts of the earth. And this great empire came to power during the 4,000 years of the time of the earth, and gave Satan his greatest power and control over the hearts and minds of the children of men that had ever been experienced among them up until this time. And now all these things that occurred during the first 4,000 years came to pass because of the wickedness of the children of men, for they had rejected the plan of the Father and followed the plan of Lucifer instead, bringing upon themselves their own destruction and captivity. But there are no horses or riders, nor do any beasts speak, when the fifth and the sixth and the seventh seals are opened. For during these next 2,000 years shall be the coming forth of many natural disasters that shall perplex the kingdoms of the earth, and cause the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, yea, even every person upon the earth, to ponder upon the destructions that shall come to pass, which occur by the force of nature. For they shall know that these things do not come by their own hand. Therefore they must come by the hand of God, who is the God of nature. And these natural disasters shall come to pass during this time, so that the children of men might consider that which they do not consider, even that which pertaineth to the heavens, and those things that have nothing to do with the lusts and envyings of the flesh. Therefore these things are set to come to pass, in hope that the children of men might once again turn to the God who created them, and who created all things upon the earth. For it is by these things that their destruction shall come during these last days. But the Lord shall not destroy the earth until the righteous have been given a chance to repent of their sins and turn their thoughts towards God. In other words, the Lord shall command that, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of God in their foreheads. And at this time the fullness of the gospel shall once more be given to the world, starting with the last of the holy prophets of the times, and then with the first and the last of these two prophets, who shall come forth in the latter days during the half of time, as I have already explained it unto you. And there shall be many who shall receive the mark of the Father in their foreheads, and begin to bring forth righteous works upon the earth. Nevertheless, their numbers shall be few in comparison with the rest of those who reside in the world. For at that time the world shall be filled with many people, even upon all the continents of the earth shall there be many nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues. And there shall be many from among all these nations and kindred and peoples and tongues, who shall wash themselves clean, and who have forsaken the great beast, which shall arise up among them. And they shall be those who, although they are forced to receive the mark of the beast in their right hand, nevertheless they are marked with the seal of God in their foreheads. And once all of the righteous have been marked in the forehead, then shall the time of the seventh seal come to pass. And after the seventh seal is opened, yea, even at the beginning of the 7,000 years pertaining to the history of the children of God upon this earth, then shall there come upon the earth that which hath never before been experienced by the children of men. For Satan shall rise up with his minions and control the hearts of those who have received his mark in their right hand and in their forehead, and with the power that Satan hath given unto them by the means of those miracles which he performeth before them, even the great scientific knowledge and technology as it shall be given in the latter days, he shall call forth his armies and his navies, and all the means of force that he controlleth, and shall make one last stand against all righteousness before the great and dreadful day of the Lord cometh. Yea, he shall come forth and begin to destroy all the inhabitants of the earth, even all those who do not have the mark of the Lamb written on their foreheads. And after the seventh seal is opened, he shall wage war unlike any war that hath ever been experienced among the children of men since the beginning. And for 5 months he shall wage this battle and destroy much of the earth, even a third of all the earth, with the great power that he hath given unto men. And then cometh the Lord in his glory, and with him the angels of God, and they shall destroy all of those who destroy and kill the children of men by the power of Satan. And his power shall be the power of the Father, which shall be far greater than any power that hath been given unto the children of men by Satan. And these are the things that John was forbidden to write, which were the trumpets that sounded long and loud, even all things that shall be accomplished by the Lord until the end of the 7,000 years, or the end of time. And now I, Moroni, have seen these things, and have read concerning these things in the words of the brother of Jared. And I have received a commandment of the Spirit, that I not give unto you these things at this time, so that ye might see the unfolding of the great mysteries of God, that have been revealed unto his prophets since the world began. But after I have given unto you more of the abridgment of the words of the brother of Jared, and also an accounting of the things that the Lord hath commanded me by his own voice to give unto you, then I shall reveal unto you that which shall come to pass during the seventh seal of which John had written.